you have like a favorite Pokemon character, or we're still learning?
I'm in Pikachu, of course.
Oh, okay.
I love Pikachu.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Pikachu?
Mine's Trubbish. Do you know Trubbish?
Is it a turtle that's rubbish?
It is a bag of trash. It is a little, right?
That's a real character?
It is.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I forget who I was doing a panel for many suns and moons ago, and like, someone was like, oh, this is the coolest character. I didn't know it was real, and I have a card now that I keep it.
Crocolore's a cool one, too.
Yeah.
It's just like a giant crocodile.
That is pretty fun.
But I like this trash Pokemon. That's cool.
Trubbish, yeah.
Trubbish.
You're so welcome. When did you like realize that you had a knack for, being able to use your voice and?
I know I said that we weren't going to talk about last stage, but probably from Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay.
We used to do campfire ceremonies every month. We'd go camping, and then we'd have these ceremonies where we basically do skits, and we started making fun of some of the Scoutmasters and doing their voices, and I think words got some laughs, and it just kind of went from there. So.
I was a Girl Scout. Does that help? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Did you do that too, or?
I don't. I feel like mine wasn't the same. You just had to like say the code and make crafts. I don't think I went to them.
Oh wow.
My mom's shaking her head. No. I wasn't like that involved. And then like, when did you realize that this was something that you could like pivot into a career?
It really wasn't even until 15 years ago. I didn't realize there was a whole market for people who do like celebrity impressions for voiceover, and it's opened so many doors. With obviously What If, with X-Men, with Avengers, like all of those were got just because I could do impressions of those people. It's pretty wild, yeah.
Is there like an impression that sometimes like narrates like the voices in your head?
There's so many though.
Right. You do a lot.
It's Morgan Freeman. No, I don't know. What do you think about today? I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's. Trump recently has taken over my brain. It's like
that voice just echoes through my brain sometimes. It's very weird.
And it's kind of strange. But there's all kinds of voices. There's lots of voices up there. Yeah.
So okay, let's say in this scenario where you were to have one of the voices like narrate a day in your life, who do you think who would be the best narrator?
I would like Michael Caine to narrate my life. I think that'd be lovely.
I'm walking around instead, and I noticed there's a little bird outside. And I said, hello little bird, how are you today? And the bird said, chip.
I love it. Are you currently like binge watching anything, or have you seen anything that you would recommend that we need to watch?
Yeah, well, Yellow Jackets. I'm trying to get caught.
Yeah.
God, that's a great show. Fallout's amazing. Legion, if you guys haven't seen Legion, I highly recommend that. I don't know, that's about all I can think of. What about you?
Landman.
I heard that's good too, Landman.
We watched the first episode, it was really,
nice.
Billy Bob just grabbed you right in there.
Oh, that sounds good. Oh, Invincible too, yeah, of course.
Of course,
I didn't want to, but yes, of course. I was watching that last night, the new episode.
You did your homework.
I did. Who all has seen Invincible? Anybody here? Okay, that's good. That's great. I remember when it first came out, only a few people would raise their hand, and now it's really catching on. So.
Yeah, it for sure has.
Yeah.
What's it been like to see it kind of like take the world by storm?
I wasn't surprised because anything Robert touches kind of turns to gold. So seeing people respond positively was great. But we really, we worked on that like crazy for years before the first season came out. And I would think I was talking to you about this, like half of Hollywood's in that show. So you got some really heavy hitters, from John Hamm to J.K. Simmons all the way down to Sandra Oh. It's a huge cast, but some Academy Award winning actors are on that show, and I think that's why it is so compelling to watch and see, So at least I think that's why. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned you were watching the most recent episode. Is it surreal for you? Is it interesting to be able to watch yourself? Are you able to kind of separate, or how does that work?
Yeah, I still am very hypercritical, but it is cool because when I'm watching myself on camera, I am very hypercritical. I let myself have no leniency whatsoever. But with voiceover, since my face is not attached to it, I can enjoy it a little bit more. I'm not constantly picking apart what I would do differently in the future, So yeah.
And of course, X-Men '97.
Oh yeah.
So great.
Have you seen X-Men '97?
Yes.
You all have very great taste.
Yeah.
What is your favorite quality about Professor X?
Well, it's funny because we were talking about this, some friend and I were talking about this a few weeks ago. Like, he is literally one of the most powerful mutants in the entire MCU. And he could, if he wanted to, use his powers, his immense powers, for obscene suffering and basically control the wills of millions and billions of people. But he chooses not to. And I think that's his empathy and his like gentleness with other humans and mutants is his greatest strength. You know, I think it's awesome. Jean Grey, I think, is the most powerful mutant, and then Professor X is just beneath her. But like, you know, either of them with their, you know, abilities could kill basically anybody. You know, it's pretty wild.
Okay, so we were talking about shows that you're watching. You
Yep.
mentioned Yellow Jacket, which is so great. Okay, so the show that I'm currently watching, which is now like I'm formulating the question in my head. Have you heard of the show The Traitors? Have any of you guys seen The Traitors?
I heard of it.
Okay, so it's essentially like a game where a bunch of celebrities get together in this house in Scotland, and it's hosted by Alan Cumming.
Oh, cool.
And people are traitors, so they have to every night murder a different person in the house without anyone knowing. So I was like, which of your characters do you think would be able to get away with being a traitor?
Jeez, I mean,
And now you also have to watch it, Ross.
yeah, I
Really
will.
recommend.
Traitors. What's it on?
Peacock.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Shout out to Peacock.
Yeah.
That's how they say hi to each other.
That's it.
That's the
Yes.
Peacock salute. What do I? Let's see here. I mean, Ultron would probably be the best.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, he's a supercomputer that can figure everything out.
Right.
And yeah, I think Ultron would do a great job. Yeah.
The biggest thing about the show, though, is you have to have the ability to just lie to everyone's face so they don't catch on.
Yeah, I think Ultron can
Ultron,
do that.
yeah.
He'd be really good at that.
Great choice.
He used to be a great, you know, tactician. He would really kind of figure out how it would all work and do a million different scenarios. He'd make it work.
I love it. Awesome. So, if it's okay with you,
Oh.
we're going to take some questions from the crowd.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And everyone has to ask their question as Macho Man. No, I'm just kidding. Please do not. Anybody? Anyone?
Do you need to go to the mic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just so we can hear you a little bit
Yeah, no
better.
worries.
And then you get to see yourself on the screen. It's this whole big thing. It's amazing.
Really terrific.
What's your name?
My name is Macho Man. No, I'm kidding.
That's good. Keep it up.
That
My name is,
was great.
I'm Boris Rafael Nikolajczyk. He killed my father.
Oh, nice.
So my question is out of the spawn of Walking Dead, the new breakoffs from Rick and Michonne, Negan and Maggie, Daryl and Carol, like of those breakoffs, which one is your favorite? And if you could, and if you didn't get killed off by the Whisperers, go on to one of those shows, which one would be the one that you would pick?
Well, so I actually did get killed off by the Whisperers, luckily, so I could conceivably come back in another spinoff, but I don't have cable, so I haven't seen any of the spinoffs yet. I feel terrible, but they don't have cable, so until it winds up on like Netflix, I don't know if it has yet, but then I can watch it.
It's all on Netflix now.
Oh, it is now. Okay, great. Okay, then I can watch it. But before then, yeah, I'm always on the road, so there was no way. But I'm assuming they're great because they're all getting like second seasons, I think. At least I don't know if the Rick and Michonne one is, but I know the
We
other
just
two.
finished that one. Just last night we finished that one.
This first season or second season?
First season of Rick
Gotcha.
and
Okay,
Michonne,
cool. Yes, I don't know. It's really kind of up to Andy if he wants to come back for that role, because I know he really wanted to focus more on his family. But yeah, what would you like to see him in? Because I don't know. Which one would you like him?
I don't know. I just think it's awesome that you have the hand and that you can manipulate that and change it to different kinds of cool equipment.
Yeah.
So imagine you could do the ash with the chainsaw.
Oh yeah,
That
I
would be
asked
sick.
about that in like season 11. I was like, "Can I get a chainsaw?" They're like, "We're already borrowing too much from Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. We don't want it to be like a straight up copy." But I will say, like, there were lots of meetings that I had with the producers about what we could attach to that. You know, because I wanted it to be like a He-Man's, not Man at Arms. What's the character?
Yeah, Man at Arms.
Yeah. Like that. I just wanted him to have like a million different, you know, like a Swiss Army arm. That'd be cool,
Like a
right?
Batman hand. Multiple gadgets.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So maybe in the spinoff. Yeah, we'll see.
Thank you.
Great question.
What are you dressed as, by the way?
Oh, I'm my daughters are Nezuko, and I'm the guy that's the swordsmith.
Oh, cool.
So I'm the one that sharpens all the swords. So I put on this crazy little face,
That's awesome.
You look amazing.
and then I push down her box that she made. She actually made a Nezuko box. Hopefully, I'll stop by to be able to show you so you can get in it and everything.
Please.
You are so
Oh, you
creative.
just made me think of something. Have you guys seen Blue-Eyed Samurai?
Yes.
That show is
Sick.
amazing. So highly recommend that one. That's another one.
Perfect. Thank you.
I didn't think of yeah. So,
Oh yeah, I know everything has to do.
Thank you.
Quick question. Thank you for doing your homework. The question is, what is some of your favorite dialogue you've gotten the privilege to perform, and why is it the most recent episode of Invincible?
that's I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it because it just came out a few days ago. But some of those lines in Invincible are so well written and so like spine-chillingly good that you pinch yourself when you get to the chance to deliver some of those. But I mean, Red Schools has some great stuff. I think my favorite line probably of doing any of this stuff was, to me, my X-Men as Xavier. But like, there's something about this moment in Avengers: Infinity War when Gamora turns to Thanos, or Thanos turns to Gamora, I should say, and he's crying, and she goes, "Really?" Tears, and Red Skull just goes,
They're not for him.
and there's that realization that she has in her face that, oh my God, my dad's gonna kill me. My adopted dad is gonna kill me. And there's just so many intense moments that we get to deliver in the Marvel Universe. And I love that. It keeps pushing the boundary of, is this too dark? Is it not dark enough? You know, and I think we're finding that sweet spot again, which is nice. Yeah, thank you. Hello.
Hey, what's your name?
Good. My name's Willie. Ross, I just want to say I first saw you acting for Walking Dead, and I just want to say AC7 is one of my favorite characters.
Thank you so much.
And my question was, how was the journey like to becoming like immortal for Invincible?
How was it? What now?
How was the journey like to becoming invincible and immortal and invincible?
Well, I got real lucky in that. That's one of the few jobs I've ever done where it was kind of, I still had to audition, but I just got offered the part pretty easily from Robert because he had done Walking Dead, of course, and Invincible, and he kind of cherry-picked who he wanted from the Walking Dead cast to be, like Abraham is Red Rush, Sasha, we got Martian Man, I mean Tyrese, all these people, like, they're literally plucked from the show, and of course, Invincible is Glenn. So you've got like 12 Walking Dead actors who are just immediately put in the first season and second season. And it is one of the few times where I've ever just been given a role, essentially, which was really cool. And I love playing him, even though he's certainly problematic, especially in this last episode. Yeah. Thank you.
You didn't have a question? You were just hanging out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I love that. That was supportive. Hey.
Hello.
How you doing?
Pleasure. So, as Red Skull, we never did get to see, an end game when Cap went back with the stone to return it. So, is there anything you can tell us about what would have happened since this would have been the first time they saw each other since the Second World War?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's something I've talked about with a lot of the people over there. I think it would be a really cool idea to have like a Captain America miniseries where he's returning all the stones. Because you see him go into the time machine as a young man, and then he comes back and he's sitting on the bench, and when Sam comes up to talk to him, and clearly a lot of time has transpired. He's lived through a lot of life. But I have to imagine when he goes to Vormir and confronts Red Skull, he's not expecting to see him. You keep that in mind. No one's warning him that that's who he's going to confront, because Black Widow and Hawkeye, well, for one, Black Widow is dead. Hawkeye doesn't know who this person is, and Thanos is the only person that's alive to tell him, hey, by the way, and now Thanos has been destroyed. So like, he has no preparation going into this meeting, and you can imagine that would be a little awkward, because the last time they saw each other, that's kind of the reason why Red Skull got sucked into space in the first place, So I really think that would be a really fun thing to explore, but it's up to Marvel at this point, so I don't know. And it's up to Captain America. Like, if he wants to come back to the role, great, but it's up to Chris, so.
Did you like the new one?
What's that?
Did you like the new movie?
The Red Hulk one?
Yep.
I've not seen it. Is it good?
The one that's coming out.
The one that just came out? Is it good?
I haven't seen it yet.
Is it
Oh,
already
okay.
out?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just came out
Yeah, this
yesterday.
weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yesterday, right?
This weekend.
Yeah,
Yesterday,
yeah,
it came out yesterday.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Opening
Nice.
day, Valentine's Day. Yeah.
We have some time for more questions. Anyone else have anything they want to ask? RFK? No? Yeah, go ahead.
Why is it that they keep prolonging The Walking Dead? Like, people used to say, like, back in the early 2010s, that the big three of television was Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and Walking Dead. But, I mean, Breaking Bad did 5 seasons and went out on an epic perfection bang. Game of Thrones, well, ironically, that issue might have been that they just kept going without the book material and then just kind of rushed it at the end because they wanted to do Star Wars, and then it's like they don't know how to end Walking Dead, and people don't seem to even realize, a lot of them now, that, oh wait, that show's still going on. So what's the issue there, you think?
I think the great thing and the bad thing about zombies is that there's an endless supply of them, and they are, like you said, never ending. I mean, they can't, until they get stabbed in the head or get their head blown off, they can't really die. So I think it's a franchise that still, for whatever reason, really does resonate with folks. Whether it's because they see the collapse of society being replicated in this in an interesting way, or it's like family, your chosen family, and just survival in general. I think but yeah. I mean, how would you have liked to see that show end?
I don't know. I want to know what we're watching it for. Like, what's the ultimate thing? Like, what are we go? And if there's no purpose for what we're watching, why watch all this suffering if we don't know what is it all for in the end?
It's a great question. You want, like, maybe it would be cool if there was like the rapture, or like aliens coming down at the end. That'd be pretty cool. Like they were like, we were the ones that did this the whole time. That'd be pretty cool.
Contact the Raiders. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what they could do.
Yeah.
No, but it's an interesting point. That's it. Thank you for bringing it up. Yes. Okay.
I think he's just back for another impression. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, in reality, I played a D&D game with my friends, and one of my characters, the role-play game was called Deadlands, and we had a special character creation that we went through, and my character, legitimately, I kind of broke the game right from the beginning, and when I came out, my character, legitimately, I did the Macho Man voice the entire campaign, and my brother was like, oh, really? All my friends broke down, we all laughed, we had a great time.
You committed to the bit.
Oh, I did, it was great, it was...
Have you ever played D&D?
That's what I was gonna ask.
I tried years ago, but my girlfriend at the time was not very patient with me explaining the instructions, and she just, kind of jumped down my throat every time I was trying to learn. This was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But she just was not very patient, so I kind of was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
What kind of character do you think he should be?
Well, for him, just based off of the different type of character he has, I mean, he's got multiple things. I think what I would like to see you in, if they actually did, like I've seen all these different D&D movies that come out, and the last one with Chris Pratt. No, that was
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. So that was decent. I like the characters that they did. The creatures were pretty cool. But I still think they need to get something done. Like, I think when I run a D&D game, it would be better movie cinematic than what we get to see. But anyway, I think for you, I think a perfect character, because I love playing the character, is a war priest.
Oh, what's a war priest?
So war priests are really cool. So they have the ability to heal, and their god is a war god, right? So my god was Ares. And so their whole thing is they are a fighter first. And they get right into the combat with their warhammer, and then just cause chaotic damage to everything. But they have the ability to heal themselves and others, vice like a paladin. A paladin is also like a healer like that, but the war priests, I think, have a little bit more lust in their ability to fight. And I think this, just overall, I think it's a whole lot better character. Plus, you get this whole entire clerical ability and all the war spells, including sometimes even mage spells, can be incorporated into your character. So it's really cool.
This is great.
It's great. I want to do it.
Yeah.
What would he sound like?
Whatever you watch it, man.
I kind of want him to sound like Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
I'm Jesse Ventura. This is the war priest campaign.
You know, I
Son
think,
of a bitch.
I think it takes place in the Baja.
It's in the Baja region, Baja, California.
He lives there. He really does. 6 months out of the year. I did a movie with him like 15 years ago, and he told me,
I live in Baja for 6 months out of the year. Minnesota gets too cold. I won't go there.
I got time to bleed.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think
So
probably for you, I think it'd probably be, I would go Celtic.
Oh, Celtic. Okay.
That's where I would go.
Ooh.
Just because that whole genre for me and my imagination and creativity goes there. I run a campaign with my brothers right now, and it's called MechWarrior, which
Okay.
is all space. So it's everything, it's planets, galaxies, universe, all kind of cool stuff. So yeah, I was gonna ask if you did any role play.
Amazing.
That's yeah.
You're a war priest.
War priest. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Jesse.
I want to be a Judas priest.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
so
we can
good.
You could be a bard.
A what?
A bard.
Well, I think a bard. I'd be a bard for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a war priest bard rising. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then, you can always pitch to Marvel to do a what if series, and then you could play Captain America as well. Then you get
Ooh.
the whole series.
I like that idea.
Just work under Chris Evans.
I will say, I think Josh Keaton does.
The voice for it. What if?
Well, wait. No. Josh does Captain America on X-Men '97. That's what it is.
There you go.
And I mean, he does a damn good. Josh does a damn good
You
Captain
guys gotta pitch
America.
it together.
Yeah.
What I was gonna ask, just lost it on that that train of thought, was specifically just one link.
Oh, sorry.
For a tangent. No,
It's
we're
okay.
good. We're good. I'm
Oh, we were just talking about Captain America, the what?
yeah, we were no that's why, but I
Oh.
did that one as a side.
Starstruck.
No.
Come up with anything.
I mean, also, but
Anything.
no, it was something about dialogue. Character. Or I did that one already. I really forgot.
Favorite ice cream flavor? Is that what it was? What is it?
Oh, there we go. No, it's talk to us about your Tron musical.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, to round it to something you could really talk about, any projects that you haven't gotten to work on, or that your own like a type of writing or anything like that, that you could pivot from there. I mean, if you're going to talk about your Tron musical.
I mean, the Tron musical. Who all has seen Tron? Or yeah, oh, nice. Not usually not that many hands go up. So
Wait, the
very
first
happy.
or the weird sequel?
Well, they're both great.
They're both great.
They're both fantastic. There is, yeah. But you know, whenever you get Daft Punk doing music for something, it's gonna be good. And then they got Nine Inch Nails doing the music for the new one, which is very
That's
exciting.
good.
Or Trent Reznor, I should
It's
say.
no dancing, but.
Well, you know, yeah, the dancing Tron music, that'd be amazing. But no, I was in theater school, and a friend of mine and I were going back and forth about how I said that normal theater is better than musical theater, and I stand by that. And she's like, yeah, I said it. And she's like, if you think it's so easy, then why don't you write a musical? And I'm like, bet. But I didn't say that because that wasn't around back then. But I said, you got it. And then I was watching Tron later that week.
So it was on a dare.
What's that?
It was on a dare.
It was literally on a dare, yeah. And Crystal dared me, and I said, I got you. And then for like 6 months I wrote, I think it's like an hour and a half long musical. It's pretty nuts. Like I really went hardcore on it. And we put it up at the Boulder Fringe Festival in 2004. And all my friends, we rehearsed it for like maybe 3 days. That's all we had time for. And it turned out pretty good, actually. I kind of want to pitch it to Disney and be like, do you want to do this with me? Because I already wrote the songs. It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Can we just like, whenever roll the footage?
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now?
That's-
No, you don't have it.
Wish I had it. Yeah. Yes, sorry.
So, I'm guessing you've read the Walking Dead comics, so how did you react when they told you about Jesus, since you're like, oh, come on, he's still going, why are you going to cut my paycheck?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing that I was most looking forward to with Jesus and Aaron was taking down Beta. Because in the comics, they're the ones that actually kill Beta, not Daryl. And I was really looking forward to that because the fight sequence is amazing. Like, Aaron and Jesus are using their martial arts, and basically Beta's like coming at them with those giant knives. He stabs Aaron in the side, and then Aaron and Jesus somehow manage to get the upper hand, and they take him down. And I was really looking forward to that, but of course, Jesus met his end in season 9, I think. Yeah, 9. So yeah, it was a bummer because we had a lot of fun stuff in the comics for sure.
Oh, and how'd you react when, out of nowhere, they just announced, oh, the comic series is over?
Yeah, that was weird because we were actually still shooting the show at the time. And it was really bizarre because it was like 193, I think was the last issue. And we're like, you couldn't go the extra 7, get to 200, make it rounded up for people with OCD like me? My God, that really bothered me. But yeah, it just kind of ended out of nowhere, and it sent some shockwaves because I think a lot of people thought it was going to keep going and going. And to your point earlier, I think Robert just said, I've told as much story as I want to. I'm sure that another person can kind of take this and run with it, but for him, he thought that he explored enough of that world. He just said, I want to end it,
Oh, one last thing.
Yeah.
So, what was it like doing Fear the Walking Dead, and was it a different experience? Because I'm sure people thought, oh, this is going to be a cool, epic prequel series to Walking Dead, and then it just turned into Walking Dead 2.0, with different characters.
I actually never worked on that show. So.
I'm sure it's great.
But you think of maybe Austin, Dwight?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's how long it's been.
Okay, it's okay, yeah. So, yeah, I never got a chance to work on that show, but yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Hey.
I just wanted to ask, what's your favorite song or artist?
Favorite song or artist? Oof. Favorite artist of all time, it's a toss-up between Led Zeppelin and 9 Inch Nails because I think they're both such, they're so good. Favorite song of all time? Man.
Hit like a hole.
Hitting me hard with the hard questions here, man. Of all time, man. Probably Tchaikovsky. There's a Tchaikovsky song called March of Slav that I really love. That's probably the one.
What about from 9 Inch Nails? What's your favorite?
Ooh. Oh, God. That's a tough one. I mean, Closer is the one, obviously, that goes with the say, but I think it's probably something off of the Broken album. That's probably my favorite. Damn it. I don't know. Wish. Yeah, yes.
Good answer. Good
Alright,
answer.
Thank you.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite song I'd say from 9 Inch Nails, I'd probably say like a hole.
Oh, that's
Or
a good
and
one.
that does like on the top too. And the artist, probably like Gorillaz.
Oh,
Gorillas,
really?
yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
What's like the most recent concert that you had a chance to go to?
I haven't been to a concert in ages. I don't get out much.
Because you're so busy. You're booked and busy.
I was on the road for 50 weeks last year, so I didn't get a time to do anything. So I'm a tired old boy. That's me. Yeah.
You gotta hang out with us on a lovely
Yeah.
Sunday. We have time
We're in
for.
Miami. It's fun. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
If there's any final questions before we wrap it up, anything else?
Any hints? Are you gonna be in Doomsday?
I don't know. Maybe. I really can't say it. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you prep, like when I was younger, I did extra work. So I was like on the movie The Specialist. I was on Wesley Snipes' Drop Zone, and things like that. And I'm older, and every now and then think, this old veteran might want to get into something like that. Like, how would you go about doing that? And when you prep for something, what do you like? Do you have any like ritual that you do before you start to do your voice acting? Before you start to get on the show to actually put in your cast? And if you could be it's a whole bunch actually. So, and if you could be any superhero, Marvel or DC, doesn't matter. Like, what would be your ultimate characters to play?
Dang, that's a lot. Okay, so
Yeah.
with regards to the acting, I think I would put together stuff for like TikTok, YouTube. That's how a lot of people got started and recognized. If you are consistent, you put out good stuff, usually people take notice of that. But I would just start filming stuff with your friends or submitting to student films and indies online. And then you can build up a demo reel and then pitch it to different agents. Until you get a really good agent, you're not going to get a whole lot of opportunities, I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, not to discourage you, just letting you know, like, having a good agent is everything. What was it?
Pre-rituals?
Oh yeah,
Or-
rituals,
okay.
yeah. I try to see the world through the character's eyes as much as possible. I know that sounds hokey, but like, if you can pretend that you are this person, it changes your posture, it changes how you look and sound, and it'll affect the quality of your voice, I think, to do that. So that's one thing that helps me a lot. And then if I could play any character, superhero from the Marvel or DC, I'd probably say Moon Knight, because I think he's the most interesting. He and Wolverine are some of the most interesting superheroes of all time because they're so tortured, they're so broken, that they've done a lot of bad things because of their mental state. And I think that's really interesting to explore. Captain America is fine, but he's just too perfect.
Yeah.
You know, Iron Man even, they're flawed, but they're still just nice enough, where perfect enough where it's not as interesting to me. I think playing a character like Loki or
villains.
Yeah. Well, villains are always more interesting. They're more complex, right? The reason why they get there is very captivating, and most of the time when you watch their origin story, you're like, oh, I get it. Like Thanos, especially, like he came to them with a pretty solid proposal. He was a scientist, you know. Essentially, he's like, we can't support this. I think we should have a lottery system, kill off half the planet, and we'll be good. They didn't listen to him, and then his planet fell apart.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can kind of see the justifications for a lot of these villains, and I think that's always way more interesting to explore.
Like that they're flawsome, right?
Flawsome?
Yeah.
Flawsome. I like that.
Yeah.
They're flawed and awesome?
Yeah.
Oh, I like, did
You can have
make
it.
that up?
No.
Oh. Cool. Awesome, yeah.
All right.
Ooh, nice shirt.
For Invincible, is season 4 and season 5 there's more season 4, and are you in season 4 and season 5?
Is season 4, season 5 what?
Invincible?
So I can't speak to season 5, but we are beginning season 4. And, you know, I play like 12 different characters on there, so between Rudy and Mortal and Aquarius and all these guys, there's a chance you will hear me again, but I can't say, because a lot of people die on that show, of course. And I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
We're not here to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Patty Hawkins!
Hey.
Is that Patty?
So, there's so many things to love about it, but what do you love so much in particular about Buc-ee's?
Well, first of all, I love that you gave me a Buc-ee's t-shirt last year. You gave me a limited edition Easter Buc-ee's shirt.
Yeah, they just gotten. No, we had just done St. Patty's Day.
Oh,
But
is that-
we did two shows in a row. Like we did one in Orlando, and then the week after we did one in Jacksonville. And
That's
on the
right.
way out, oh my god.
I've never been.
Was that?
I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
You've never been to a Buc-ee's?
No.
You go to Buc-ee's?
Oh my god.
And I think that they're building another one, right,
Yeah.
Patty? They're building another one.
Port St. Lucie area.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they've got a ton.
They're slowly setting foot in Florida. It's like right now it's a race between them and Wawa.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so tell us everything.
Buc-ee's? Okay, so you've never been there?
No.
Oh my gosh. Buc-ee's is mecca for people who travel on the road all the time, like I do. Like a lot of cons I'll just drive to because it's easier. When you can find this like holy grail in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the swamps, and they've got everything. They've got usually 200 or 300 pumps, gas pumps, no joke, that's not an exaggeration. It's like the size of like a Costco almost, it's huge. And you can get anything for your car, your truck, you can get food, like really good food in there too. It's amazing. It's kind of like Disneyland for adults, I think.
And
Fast
is there like
food shop
a
on
bunch of
crack.
like
Yeah.
beef jerkies? Like that are like
In-house
They,
party.
they have a deli counter of various beef jerkies, and I don't mean it jokingly. I mean the size of a Publix deli counter
Yeah.
is the window displays nothing but jerky.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as someone who's there 24/7 to say, oh, would you like to sample this? Would you like to try this?
And it boasts some of the best salaries of any company in America.
Salad?
Yeah.
Salaries.
Salad.
So like if you, not salaries.
That sounds
They got some
delicious,
great
too.
celery there.
So hungry, guys.
To hell with the jerky, make me the celery.
Celery.
When I think of Buc-ee's, I think of celery.
barbecue celery.
No, but they got like, you know, if you're like a manager there, it's like $125,000.
I love that.
Assistant manager's $110,000. It's like it's crazy amount. You can make a good amount of money working there.
So I might quit my day job.
I might
and
quit
go-
my day job.
Let's go work
Let's
at
go work at
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. I got one near Tennessee where I live. So
Amazing.
yeah, it's great. You should go. Make a
Patty, will
point.
you take me?
If y'all haven't been to
Well,
Buc-ee's,
as long as your husband comes along.
Okay, deal. We'll all go together. We're gonna make an adventure
Buc-ee's.
on the way to Daytona 500. Thank you for your question, Patty.
Yeah, thank you.
They told me to ask me.
Yeah.
Thank
I mean, I feel like what's a better way to wrap up a panel than talking about Buc-ee's?
We're not sponsored by Buc-ee's, just so we're clear. I just
Or
we love
Monster Energy drink. But this
Yeah,
panel is
yeah.
sponsored by Monster. There it is. So obviously there's a lot we can't talk about, but is there anything that you can tell us while we're up at this panel?
Yeah, so I can say, I'm allowed to say this, like X-Men 97 will probably come out early next year, I think.
Okay.
Don't know that for certain, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. Invincible's out right now. What else? Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. I've worked on solo on that. Trying to think if there's other stuff. The other stuff I'm working on I can't talk about because I'll get shot in the neck.
You don't want that.
That's
And I feel like
NDA
I'm
City
in
for you.
the line of fire here.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have one real quick one.
Do we have a photographer hiding out back there? Oh my gosh, we do. Ross,
Oh, we do?
is it
Great.
okay if we take a big group
Yeah,
picture?
of course.
Cool. If you guys want to come to the stage, just not on the stage, we're going to take a big group photo.
Right.